Hi there, Jackie Flynn here. In this video, we're going to learn all about EMDR therapy. EMDR stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. It's a type of therapy that was created decades ago by Francine Shapiro. It is brilliant the way that it helps our autonomic nervous system reprocess trauma. Now, trauma is what happens in the body. So we may have distressing or disturbing events or patterns of events that really lands itself in the nervous system, leaving us in this perpetual state of fight or flight, or even this shutdown state. So we think of fight or flight as like mobilization. We may experience symptoms of anxiety with a tightness in our chest or feelings in our gut. We may have a knot in our throat. We may get shaky. We may be defensive and irritable and upset and take it out on those that we love. It may be hard to function. Or we may just shut down. We may go into this immobilized, stuck state to where we find things that we used to do rather easily. We may find it really problematic to do, or to connect with others. Social engagement can be really hindered by the effects of trauma in the nervous system. EMDR therapy can help with that all. In EMDR, we really use we call AIP, the Adaptive Information Processing Model. We take what we've learned through experiences and through just regular education and life experience, and integrate that into things that are feeling problematic at the time. So when we think about when we're having traumatic responses, our past is present. Our nervous system is actually responding or reacting like the trauma is still occurring. It creates kind of like a faulty wiring in the system. So when you go to EMDR therapy, your EMDR clinician is trained to take you through 8 phases of EMDR. The phase 1 is history taking, phase 2 is preparation, phase 3 is assessment, phase 4 is desensitization, phase 5 is installation, phase 6 is body scan, and phase 7 is closure, and phase 8 is reevaluation. So you don't have to remember any of that. As an EMDR client, you just go to therapy and you just follow the direction of the therapist. And in therapy, in that first phase, we will, as clinicians, we will explore some of your life history to look for what do we need to target, what do we need to address, what are some resources that you have, the stuff that helps to get you through the difficult stuff in life. What are some secondary gains, maybe some reasons why you're remaining stuck? And then we create a plan. We call it conceptualization. We really kind of look at everything and think of how are we going to move forward, so that we're not like throwing something at the wall and hoping that it sticks. And then in phase 2, we prepare you for the therapy. So we may help you manage your affect. That's just be able to change your state of your autonomic nervous system. I know sometimes when we get stuck in that fight or flight or that shutdown, it can be really difficult to function in life. It could wreak havoc on our capacity to connect with those that we love, to hold down a job, to drive a car, to parent, to even think, to sleep. It can really make a big impact on our world. So in phase 2, we build up those resources, those good things, so that there's way more good stuff than the tough stuff, ideally. And your clinician will also help you create some imagery, such as like a calm, peaceful, safe place and a container that can help you in between sessions and at the end, or maybe even during sessions. It's really cool how it works. And then when you're ready, then you'll proceed to phase 3. Phase 3 is assessment. Now, clinicians that are trained in EMDR really know trauma. And the parts of trauma comes with it comes with worse parts. It comes with images. It comes with emotions that we feel in our body. It comes with thoughts about ourselves, and we really gauge the intensity of all that. And once we have that down, we move to phase 4, desensitization. That's where whatever we're targeting, we will use what we call bilateral stimulation. Sometimes it's holding pulsars, just a little bit of equipment. Sometimes it's even your clinician moving their fingers back and forth. It works with all ages, so you can do it with children as well. Sometimes you may even be engaging in what we call a butterfly tap, or you may even have some headphones on your ears that beep, 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 or all 3 of them at the same time. What it does is it helps take those targets and it reduces the emotionality and or the image vividness, so that whatever it was that was impacting you, you can remember it. It doesn't take it out of your memory, it doesn't delete it, but it just doesn't have the amount of distress that it had before. Once that gets low, then we look at like the thought that goes with it, whether it's I'm not good enough, or I can't handle this, I'm shameful, I'm a bad person, I'm powerless, I'm not in control, whatever it is that goes with that, I can't trust. Once that reduces in emotionality where you can remember it but you don't feel it so intensely in your body, then we look at what positive thought goes with that now. And it's so cool how it works. What used to feel like I can't trust, there's what we call an adaptive shift. It will take a turn, and it will turn to I can trust, or I am good enough, or I do matter, or I'm actually a good person, or I have control of parts of things, or it happened, it's over, and I learned from it. It all happens organically in your nervous system with the support of EMDR therapy. And once that is complete in phase 5, in the installation process, then we look at phase 6. That's where we just kind of revisit holding that original target, whether it's an image or the memory and that positive thought together, and we have you scan your body and notice any tight, any tense, any shut down, any like disturbing areas in your body. And then if there is some, it's kind of like residual emotionality in there that may not have words, then we can work through that with some more bilateral stimulation. Once that's finished, then we can move into closure. And this is at the end of the session. Not every session gets down to that low level of distress, depending on what you're working with. Some people experience some really difficult, traumatic experiences. And EMDR works and helps with all of that. It's amazing, the healing that I've witnessed. It's just incredible what the nervous system can heal from with EMDR support. So in phase 7, we close out the session so that you can get on and go on with your life in a regulated, like you feel like, okay, I can leave out of the therapist's office and I can go function. I can go be a parent again. I can be a student again. I can go grocery shopping. I can go to sleep. So we may do some grounding activities, some breathing. It's a little bit different depending on the age. It works with all ages, so it's super cool. With kids, we may use playful techniques. With adults, we may use some breathing techniques or some mindfulness. It varies depending on your therapist. Then once you leave, the processing doesn't stop just because you leave the office. A lot of times people experience dreams, or they may have insights. So when you come back for the next session, your therapist will do what we call a phase 8 reevaluation. And that reevaluation session, we just kind of look at what did we do last session? And right now, when you think about what we did last session, when you think about that target, whatever it was, what are you noticing in your body? What's your level of distress at this time? Now, if that is still distressing, a clinician may choose to, we call it retarget, go back and revisit it just to kind of work through wherever it's at now. Or they may choose something else depending on the circumstances. So EMDR is a robust type of therapy that it requires lots of training, lots of consultation, and lots of education, like follow-up, just really honing in on your skills. So if you're interested in EMDR therapy, eye movement, desensitization, reprocessing, to just move on and heal from whatever it is that's troubling you, look for an EMDR trained therapist in your area. My name is Jackie Flynn. I'm a certified EMDR therapist. I'm an EMDRIA approved consultant. EMDRIA is EMDR International Organization or Association, and you can find more about them at EMDRIA, EMDRIA.org, or you can find more from me at www.JackieFlynnConsulting.com. All right, thanks for watching this video, and if you have any questions about EMDR, reach out. I would love to support you in some way. Take care.